Hello everyone, welcome back to Love with Aisha. Imagine you are walking on the road and suddenly someone points a gun at you. He doesn't shoot, he doesn't even touch you, but for a few seconds your heart starts racing because you think you are about to be attacked. Now, here's an interesting legal question. Has any wrong been committed even though no physical injury occurred? The answer is yes. Under the law of torts, even the fear of immediate violence can give rise to a legal remedy. In today's video, we will discuss three important intentional tort: assault, battery, and mayhem. We will understand their meaning, illustration, important case law, and defense available to the defendant. So, let's begin. Let's start with assault. Many people think that assault means physically attacking someone, but in tort law, that's not entirely correct. Assault is committed when a person creates a reasonable apprehension in the mind of another person that unlawful force is about to be used against him. The important point here is that physical contact is not required. The law protects not only our body but also our mental peace and sense of security. Illustration: like suppose A point a loaded pistol at B. The moment B believes that he may be shot, assault is complete. No bullet is fired, no physical injury occurs, but the law recognizes that a legal wrong has taken place because B experienced an immediate fear of violence. However, if B already knows that the pistol is unloaded, there is no assault because there is no reasonable apprehension of danger. Such case law, Stephen versus Meyer, cited in 1830. In this case, a dispute arose during a public meeting. The defendant became angry and advanced toward the plaintiff in a threatening manner. Before he could actually strike the plaintiff, other people stopped him. The court held that assault had been committed. Why? Because the plaintiff had a reasonable fear that the violence was about to occur immediately. The case established an important principle that physical contact is not necessary. Reasonable apprehension of immediate force is enough. Now let's move to battery. If assault is the threat of force, battery is the actual application of force. Battery means the intentional and direct use of unlawful force against another person without lawful justification. Unlike assault, battery requires physical contact. Even a slight touching may amount to battery if it is unlawful. Illustration: like if a person slaps another person, pushes him, and also pulls him a seat or strikes him without consent, battery is committed. The focus here is not on the extent of injury. The focus is on the unlawful interference with another person's body. The first case law was Pratap Darji versus Bombay Baroda and Central India Railway Company. In this case, the plaintiff was forcibly removed from a railway compartment by railway employees. The court held that such unauthorized use of force amounted to battery. The case showed that even where no serious injury occurs, unlawful physical interference can still give rise to liability. But in this case, what will be happen that the force will be arise due to a lawful authority. So here, the defendant company, the railway company, was not liable. The second case law was Stanley versus Powell, cited in 1891. The case involved a shooting expedition. The defendant fired at a bird, but the shot accidentally injured the plaintiff. The court held that the injury was purely accidental. There was neither intention nor negligence. Therefore, the defendant was not liable for battery. The case teaches us that every physical contact does not amount to battery. There must be intention or some wrongful conduct. Now let's discuss mayhem. Mayhem is considered a more serious form of battery. It refers to causing permanent bodily injury or depriving a person of the use of an important part of the body. Historically, English law treated mayhem very seriously because such injury could permanently affect a person's ability to defend himself. Example: loss of an eye, cutting of an ear, permanent damage to a hand, loss of a finger, permanent disfigurement. Unlike ordinary battery, mayhem result in long-term or permanent consequence. That is why it regarded as an aggravated form of battery. Now, a question arises: is every assault or battery unlawful? The answer is no. In certain situations, the law permits the use of force. These situations are known as defense or justification. First was consent. If a person voluntarily agrees, like during a medical operation, a doctor touches the patient's body with consent. And the second was self-defense. A person may be reasonable force to protect himself from an unlawful attack. Then third was defense of property. Reasonable force may be used to protect property from interference. Then the another defense was necessity. An act done to prevent a greater harm may be justified. Lawful authority. Police officer and other public authority may use reasonable force when acting under legal authority. So friend, remember one simple formula: assault create fear, battery create contact, and mayhem create permanent injury. Understanding these three concepts is essential because they form the foundation of trespass to person under tort law. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Law with Aisha. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next lecture.